If you struggle with catching that breakout play, then this video is for you. Today we're keeping it simple. I've got a quick mindset lesson for you to kick things off, and then we're going to break down a strategy that new traders love to use, the breakout play. By the end of today, you'll have a clear step-by-step checklist you can follow so you're not guessing when price breaks resistance. But first, the quick mindset lesson that ties into today. So, back in the old days of war, most soldiers didn't die on the battlefield. They didn't fall to the sword. They died later from something far less dramatic but far more dangerous. Infection. A small wound left untreated would spread, take over the body, and finish what the battlefield didn't. Trading works the same way. Most traders don't lose because of one bad trade or one tough market day. They lose because of what happens after. The wound isn't the red trade, it's the infection that sets in when you let frustration, fear, or revenge trading spiral through your system. That's the infection of mindset. The great traders aren't the ones who never get cut. Everyone takes losses. The great ones are the ones who clean the wound fast. They journal it, they reset, they treat it with discipline before it spreads. They don't let one loss turn into 5 or one bad week turn into quitting entirely. That's why Mind Over Markets exists. We're not here to sell you a magic system that never loses. We're here to train your brain to recognize when the wound is happening and to keep it from getting infected. Because in trading, just like in battle, survival doesn't come from avoiding every hit. It comes from learning how to treat the damage before it takes you out. The same way soldiers had to learn how to treat their wounds, traders have to learn how to treat their trades. And the best way to do that is with a simple, repeatable system, a checklist you can follow under pressure. That's exactly what we're building in today's video. A step-by-step breakout strategy that gives you structure, filters out the fakeouts, and keeps you trading clean. Because whether it's this system, one from our new Traders Playbook series, one from the coaching programs we have, or one you develop over time, the edge is never in the magic setup. The edge is in your ability to stick to the system. Now here's the thing. Everybody loves the idea of buying a breakout, but most traders do it wrong. They either chase too late, or they don't have a system to filter good breakouts from fake ones. That's what we're fixing today. We're going to build a clean step-by-step breakout strategy using 3 tools. The first tool is resistance. This is the foundation of this strategy. Resistance is simply the ceiling, the price level where the stock has stopped and turned back down multiple times. It's where sellers keep stepping in. To find it, look for 2 or more pivot highs, meaning areas where the price got rejected, meaning it went to that price and then went back down upon hitting the price, and then did it again later on. You can look on the 5, 15, or 30-minute chart if you're day trading, or the 4-hour, daily, or even weekly for longer-term trades. For this strategy, you can use closing prices as your anchor. The body of the candle is more reliable than the wick for this strategy. Keep it simple. Don't draw 10 different lines. Pick the 1 to 2 most obvious levels on your chart, meaning the areas where the price obviously rejected at multiple times on the chart. When you draw it right, resistance jumps out at you. And once you have it, that line becomes your trigger point for this breakout strategy. Because when price finally breaks above resistance, it means buyers just punched through the ceiling. But, and this is important, not every break of resistance is real. That's why we're adding RSI and ATR as filters, which leads us to tool number 2, RSI, the Relative Strength Index. A breakout isn't just about price going up. We want to know if the buyers have momentum behind them or if they're already gassed out. That's what RSI tells us. So a quick breakdown, RSI runs from 0 to 100. Above 70 equals overbought, below 30 equals oversold. But the sweet spot for a breakout in this strategy is when the RSI is climbing and crossing above 50 to 55 as price breaks resistance. If RSI is strong but not overheated, that tells us the breakout has energy behind it. If RSI is already at 70 plus before the breakout, that's a warning sign. It means momentum might already have maxed out and we could be walking into a fake out. So think of it like this. RSI around 55 at breakout equals green light. RSI 70 plus at breakout equals yellow light. RSI near 30 at breakout equals red light. Momentum might be weak, buyers aren't in control yet, the breakout might not hold. Simple, right? That's our first filter. It keeps us from chasing those too late breakouts or fakeouts. All right, now let's add our next tool, ATR, the average true range. ATR measures how much a stock normally moves in a given time period. Think of it as the stock's heartbeat of volatility. So why do we care? Because a real breakout isn't just a little poke above resistance. A real breakout has to show range expansion, meaning the move needs to be bigger than what the stock normally does. Here's how we use it in this strategy. We pull up the ATR indicator, 14 period is standard. Look at the average range, let's say it's 50 cents. If your breakout candle is only 30 cents, that's nothing special, probably a fakeout. If your breakout candle is 60, 70, 80 cents or above, that's range expansion. That's conviction. So here's the rule. Breakout candle above the ATR equals valid breakout. Breakout candle below the ATR equals skip it. This way we're only taking trades where price isn't just peeking over the line, it's blowing through it with momentum and volatility. All right, let's connect the dots. A breakout isn't just price crossing a line. Anybody can chase that. What makes our breakout strategy different is that we're stacking the odds with a 3-step filter. Here's the full checklist. First, draw out your clean resistance levels. For day traders, you can do this during pre-market. For swing traders, the night before or days before taking the actual trade. Then you wait for the price to break and close above your resistance. Step 2 is the RSI confirmation. You look for the RSI to be above 50 to 55, but not cooked at 70 plus. And finally, the ATR confirmation. You want the breakout candle to be larger than the stock's normal ATR range, showing volatility expansion. If all three line up, you've got a breakout with real strength behind it. If one of those three pieces is missing, you can skip the trade. Simple as that. Most traders lose on breakouts because they only look at price. They see a candle poke over resistance and they hit buy. No filters, no system. That's why they get trapped in fakeouts. By using this checklist, you're forcing yourself to trade only the breakouts with both momentum and volatility. You're filtering out the noise. Let's talk about retests, second chance entries. Often the stock will break out, then pull back and test the old resistance as new support. If that retest holds and RSI is still healthy, that's your second chance entry. Some of the cleanest breakout trades come on that retest. So let's wrap this up. Breakouts are one of the most exciting plays in trading, but also one of the easiest traps if you don't have a system. That's why we built a simple, repeatable framework. Draw your resistance. That's the setup. Check RSI, is momentum on your side? And check ATR, is volatility expanding or is this just another weak candle? If all three line up, you've got a breakout worth taking. If even one of them is missing, you skip the trade and move on. That discipline is what separates consistent traders from gamblers. Remember, the goal isn't to catch every breakout, the goal is to catch the right ones. Before we wrap up, I want to make something crystal clear. This strategy is not a holy grail. There is no single setup that wins every time for every trader. And honestly, chasing that mythical perfect strategy is what keeps most new traders stuck. The real holy grail is learning how to follow a checklist-like system and then finding the ones that work best for you. That's it. Whether it's this breakout strategy or a variation, maybe using volume instead of the ATR, or a moving average instead of the RSI, or one of the systems we teach in our coaching program, or one of the strategies from our new Trader's Playbook, or even one you create yourself down the road. The power isn't in the strategy itself, the power is in your ability to stick to it. And here's the truth. Most traders don't fail because of bad strategies, they fail because of emotions. They freeze, they FOMO, they revenge trade, they stop following their plan right when it matters most. That's why I built Mind Over Markets, to train your brain and emotions to actually follow the plan that you set. Because once you can do that, consistency becomes possible. Breakouts are exciting, but without a system, they can drain your account fast. This checklist we went over tonight gives you a simple way to filter for the breakouts with real strength and skip the traps. The traders who win long-term aren't chasing every setup, they're following their plan with discipline. I hope to see you at the next video, but until then, as always, I hope that you all make some bread.